right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here at HSN.
Get you on the run today, don't they?
Look, you know, right? It looks glamorous, doesn't it?
It does.
But it's work. But we love it. We love it. My name is Marlo Smith, and this is Mike Mezak. Mike is our resident numismatist. He is a coin expert, and we're going to be diving into coins. We've got a really great show tonight.
We have a lot of stuff. So for those of you that
know.
are used to us, you know, kind of settling in and taking it easy, and we got tons of things tonight. Lots
Absolutely.
of things, so you have to pay attention as we go.
And react quickly. We're always inviting you to shop, and you'll hear us talk about going to our website often during the show, so you don't even have to wait for us. If you want to see the expanded assortment, you can always shop hsn.com. How many of us could use a little good luck?
I think everybody can use a little good luck.
I think so, too. Take a look at what we're going to start the show with tonight.
This is one of my favorite coins that we've done, and this is, I think, the third year that it's come out. This is the 2017 version of this. This is, as you can see right there, and it's right in there, better than an ounce, as you can see right in there. A Corinthian pound gold is what that is. This is a silver coin, okay, solid silver. It's a lucky solid silver coin because that is an actual four-leaf clover. It's not a representation, it's not a picture, it's not that. They took an actual four-leaf clover, which are harder to find than you think, and basically embedded it into the silver, the 1 ounce of silver that you've got in that coin, and you have all the other writing and all that other stuff in there. This is spectacular. They only made 2017 of these. However, because we are such a big, huge client of theirs, I was able to get like 275. Okay, so
not a lot.
Yeah, right. So about 10% of the mintage is all that we were able to get. And we've sold this out every single year that we've done it. This comes with a certificate of authenticity, as you can see. And I just want to turn this kind of sideways. That's solid silver that you're going to see, solid 925 fine silver that you're going to have. Isn't that spectacular? And if you look, you can see that's an actual four-leaf clover that is embedded
really
into the coin. Isn't that cool? The technology for that is pretty substantial, in all honesty. So each one is literally unique. So that's the cool part. So we had these in 2015, 2016. This is the brand new 2017. For all of you folks that got it the last 2 years and experienced lots of good luck, I would get this one too.
I would too.
Keep that going. We've already got a couple of dozen of these sold. Like I said, about 20 dozen left is all that we have. The edition is already gone from the original edition. So all we have is what went out to the authorized distributors, of which we are one of those, and of course HSN is one. So like I said, we have just about an ounce of solid 0.25 fine silver within there. It's a $5 face thing. That's Republic of Palau is what that means by it's a Palau coin that you're going to have, and that is an actual four-leaf clover. Very cool. I just think it's absolutely spectacular. Isn't that just wonderful? I just love that.
I just love the idea of this. I mean, whether you're giving this to someone who just took on a new job, or that's going to be moving to another city, or going off to college, or just got married.
I just feel like being lucky when I'm watching TV.
Yeah. But a lot of people love to have a little memento that they carry in their wallet or in their handbag throughout life, right?
Yeah, and what a great way to do that.
Oh, for sure. And it's $38.32. Very popular. Thank you so much for shopping early on this one, and 534-094. We talked that we're going to be moving a little bit faster in this show, so please continue to ask about the four-leaf clover.
I've got
look at this.
And yes, I've just got a handful left of the 2016. This is the Gold Luck, Good Luck. This is also an authentic four-leaf clover, except it's done in solid 24-karat gold.
Nice.
Just 1 minute on this. I do not have many of these left. Once again, 2016 in the limited edition. Check that out. So that's solid 24-karat gold, 9999 fine gold, with an actual four-leaf clover in it. Isn't that spectacular? Like I said, only $149.95 limited edition 2016. So great opportunity for you to be able to get these. I don't have the 2017 gold version yet. I have the last of the 2016s. The silver sold out long ago. So like I said, great opportunity to pick up the 24, and that's solid 24 karat gold. So it's not plated or anything like that. That's
real
a
deal.
solid piece of 24 karat gold that we have then embedded, as you can see, the 4-leaf clover in that. So, like I said, very cool coin, very just a fantastic opportunity for
Don't
you.
forget to always shop on
Yeah.
hsn.com. If you have access to the internet, that would be a great way for you to always see the expanded assortment. But take a look at what's going to be coming up in the show in just a little bit. We have the 2017 Mint State 70 first edition of the Silver Eagle dollar coin, and that's going to be coming up under $100 and on 3 Flex.
That is like an entirely, nothing like this has ever been done before. It's exclusive to HSN that you're going to have. This is the PCGS Premier Edition. When I get to you and explain to you what that is, you'll understand it's a brand new way to collect coins. We are debuting it here on HSN. So great, fantastic.
Oh my gosh, I'm listening to our producer, Pat.
Yeah,
So,
Pat's a collector. Pat, yeah.
who else is a collector?
Yeah.
Because I just got another coin this week.
Yeah, oh, you're
I am now officially in a
I get all y'all eventually.
You do. You really do. Never thought I'd be a collector in a million years.
And now when you got them, isn't there just a sense of accomplishment?
No, it's
When
true.
you sit there and look at your coins and going, I got some money, I have some silver,
I do.
and this is cool.
No.
I mean,
No,
all of that
as soon as you
stuff.
walked into the studio, I'm already asking about some things that I
That's
know are
right.
going to be coming
Isn't that
up.
great?
So, you know what? Maybe you never thought in a million years that you'd collect coins. Take some time to watch our show. You're going to find it very, very interesting. And how lucky are we to have a true, Mike is not a spokesperson. He is a numismatist. He is a true coin expert. He's been doing this his entire life. And you'll see how special some of these pieces are. So let's talk about
this is a very interesting one. What they did is back in the day, now when they make a proof set, it's in a nice lens and a box and all this, but back in the day, what they did is they took, and I opened up, not this one, because what these are original unopened sets from 1961. Now this is what's inside. Okay, so this is a 1961 proof set right here from something else. I opened that up. So this is what's in here. However, your set, 1961 PC, stands for Proof Collection. This is the original envelope that the United States Mint put into this. And the way they used to do this is they'd actually put your address right here and put a stamp on it, and then send it to you. I love the return address, Treasury Department, United States Mint, Philadelphia, PA. So return it to just the big building with all the money in it, I guess is what this is. So this set is completely unopened. Now, they would normally do that for individual sets. Now, if you bought 100 of them, they would come in a big, long row box, okay? And then they'd just put 100 of these inside and then put a stamp or a date on the outside of those. What we ran across here was a couple of old row boxes of unopened original 1961 proof sets. Now, if I go to, I have like a nationally advertised catalog here, and just the Franklin $50 that's in here, because remember, there's a Franklin $50, and the $50, the quarter, and the dime are all solid silver. Do not open this, by the way. And the Franklin $50 by itself is $56.50. And this is $29.95. It's about right at $100 coin by coin if you would sell these individually. But you can get the original set unopened, just like the day it was made, over a half century ago. Over a half century ago, for only $59.95, basically the cost of the $50, the $50 alone. Now I'm going to do these very quickly. So that's the 1961. Okay. The 1962, same thing. See, I have, these are they are sealed is what they are. That's the amazing part, is that they're original sealed out of these versions. And we're just going to do, I have the 62 and the 63, and we'll do those for what about a minute a piece on those is all that you're going to have. So the fact of the matter is I got 3 years and 3 years only. I got 61, 62, and 63. So basically, the last 3 years of the Franklin $50. The last 3 years of the Franklin $50. Now, proof is not uncirculated. Okay, please understand that. Proof is not on circuits. Proof is a special set that is made expressly and exclusively for collectors. It's not just any proof set. We sell these, and here's the thing. When I sell the regular proof sets, they're $59.95. I'm charging you nothing extra to have a pristine, original, unopened United States government issue proof set. That's the amazing thing from 1962.
Cool.
So it's the Franklin half dollar that's in this set. These are going very, very quickly. I only have about 200 of these. I have 2 row boxes of each. They came in row boxes. There's 100 sets in each box, original box, and I've got these. Someone literally put these away for 50 years. Someone literally put these away for 50 years, and this is your opportunity to get them absolutely brand new, unsealed, and I'm going to give you, last but not least, the 1963. So we have 61, 62, and 63. Do I have a pair of scissors that I can get real quick? I'll tell you what, I'm going to pop. These are unopened all the way through. I just want to show you what that Franklin half dollar looks like real quickly. I don't know that we just don't have enough time. But when I get to the proof set, you'll see that this is a special collector coin that only comes in these.
Okay.
Okay, the only way for you to get them is to get them in this original packaging that you see right here. Now, this one is not only in here, but then the entire package is sealed as well. This is a 100% original suit. This has not literally seen the light of day since 1963. So we have 61, 62, and 63. So that was fantastic.
That's
the original
awesome.
Unopened. Isn't that incredible?
It's like, imagine finding like a treasure.
Yes,
right?
it's
history,
a treasure box.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So you've got
It's
history that you can
spectacular.
collect with this one.
Can I pop this open real quick, Pat? Can
Yeah,
you
let's
that?
do it.
Good. I'm going to pop this open. Now, this one's destroyed, okay? Because I just want to show you what and understand the Franklin half dollars in here are about $56 a piece, and I'll show you why. Because that is a proof Franklin half dollar, folks. Look at that coin. That is absolutely spectacular. Original proof. It is a mirror
Can you imagine
finish.
if we were able to like stay preserved that long
coin.
and look
Look
new
at that
like that?
coin.
It's gorgeous.
It is absolutely stunning and perfect in every respect and in every way. And yours is sealed in the plastic in that. Oh my goodness, that is just absolutely stunning, beautiful, and amazing. Folks, sorry about that, guys. And the other, and keep in mind, the Washington quarter in there is $29.95 in the catalog if you'd sell that individually, and it's just as nice.
Yeah.
The penny's like $6. You know, so absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, folks, every single phone line going on the 63s, I've only got about 10 dozen left.
Okay.
I got way more people than that on the phone. So
it's so easy to shop with us. Don't forget that you can shop with us by remote. You can shop with us by downloading our app to your mobile phone or tablet. We give you a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything at HSN, but we're moving on. More to come. Remember, this show tonight is a fast-paced show. Tell us about this one, if we can.
Well, that's the 61. That's the first one we showed, so we're just reviewing.
All right.
The 61, the 62, and the 63. If you're a collector, just get all 3.
All right, perfect.
And I think that's what everybody's doing. It's taking a little bit of time.
And if you've missed any of those item numbers, when you call, our representatives will be able to kind of keep you up to speed. Next up.
Okay. Fantastic.
Are we ready?
61, 62. There we go. And there's the 62.
There's the 62.
Okay, there's
All right, so you can ask.
62 is close to selling out, I'm assuming, from what I'm hearing.
I believe
correct?
so.
Yeah.
So 541 547 is the item number.
Okay.
And are we ready?
Yeah, okay.
What are you missing?
I'm not missing anything. This is just, I'm just trying to set this up so we can see everything because you get a lot of stuff here.
I can't touch anything. I knocked something over a little bit earlier. So they told me to keep my hand.
That's not true. She's authorized to touch anything out here.
Right, that's right.
She's fine. So, the United States government last year, we kind of had a lot of stuff going on. We had the gold Mercury dime, which we will have in this show for the first time in almost a year, okay? We had the gold Standing Liberty quarter, the gold Walking Liberty half dollar. We had all kinds of things going on. The mint was very busy. It was crazy. But what almost got overlooked was it was the 30th anniversary of the American Silver Eagle. So what the United States government did is they didn't make technically a special coin, like a special finish, like a reverse proof or something like that. But they did take the satin finish coin and the proof coin and put 30th anniversary on the edge lettering. Now, that's important in a lot of different ways. First off, it's the first time they have ever put, it's the 4th anniversary coin made by the United States. They did 10th anniversary, 20th anniversary,
Right.
25th, and now the 30th. But what they didn't do on the other ones is that, well, they made a special finish and they added a mint mark. They didn't actually mark the coin itself, 10th anniversary, 25th anniversary, 20th anniversary, or anything. This is the first time they've ever marked it, in essence, on the coin with edge lettering. The government did that. That was released from the United States Mint, okay? 30th anniversary. So that's unique. They did it, they only made 3 coins. They made the mint state coin, they made the proof coin, and the satin finish coin. On both the proof coin and the satin finish coin, which is what you get here, you have to understand, those have West Point mint marks on them, okay? Right back here. So the regular mint state coin does not have that. This has got a W or West Point mint mark. I'm gonna give you both these coins for $199 in the presentation box that you see right here. Now, by the way, this isn't the presentation box for the 30th anniversary set. This is the presentation box actually for the 25th anniversary set. I happen to have extras. So you're the only ones that are getting 30th anniversary Silver Eagle sets in an official United States Mint box because you're buying them here from us at HSN. Now, here's the really, really, really important part. I'm going to take this back because that's the 2016, as you can see. When they released them late last year for the 30th anniversary coins, what happened is what we ended up with is what I call fall between the cracks coins. They were released in, the satin finish, this one right here, was released in like late November. By that time, everybody had moved on. Everybody's getting ready for the 2017 Eagle that we came out and sold 12,000 of on New Year's Eve day here on HSN, as we do every year. And we sold 12,000 of those. And that particular coin, so they're getting ready for 2017. They're getting ready for all the new commemorative dollars. They're getting ready for all this stuff. So because of that, they didn't make very many of these coins. As a matter of fact, this is one of the rarest proof coins ever made by the United States government, and it's the 30th anniversary one. Now, here's the secondary part from a valuation standpoint. As I told you, there are 4 30th anniversary American Silver Eagles. The 10th anniversary American Silver Eagle, okay, all they did is a proof coin just like this with a W on it. It's just the first one with a W. That coin sells for, in just regular, nice, gem brilliant, uncirculated, circulated condition, about $5,000. Then they have the 20th anniversary coin, which was reverse proof. So in other words, the shiny part was here and this part was out here. They made a bunch of those, 250,000 of those. That coin today we sell for about $1,000. They made a 25th anniversary Silver Eagle. Okay, once again, just did another reverse proof. That coin sells for about $1,500, okay, when we sell them certified. So what you have is the 10th anniversary coin at $5,000, the 20th anniversary coin at, let's call it $800, and the 25th anniversary coin at $1,000. I'm going to go ahead and discount them. Or you can have the 30th anniversary coins for $100 a piece. Okay, so do the math: 100, or 800, 1,000, 5,000. And understand, when that 25th anniversary coin came out, it's now 1,000. When it originally came out, I think I sold it for 100. When the 20th anniversary coin came out, I sold it for 100. So you have to understand, these are the original issue prices, is what we've got on these. And you get both of them, and they both have got the edge lettering, the 30th anniversary edge lettering. What we then have done is taken these boxes that you see right here, this beautiful, I mean, check this box out, blue lacquer, United States Mint. It was actually done for the 25th anniversary set. And then you have these right here. I want to show you real quickly how these work. The coins fit right in there just like this. And look at how that presents. You're going, well, I want to stand it up. Okay, well, there's a nice little magnet in there
that a lot.
that holds that up. Isn't that spectacular? And then that's the way you do it. We sell the boxes empty because they are so desirable, because they fit Silver Eagles. We sell the boxes empty for $29.95. Okay, when you look at these mint wood boxes. So we're going to give you the opportunity. We're going to put it in the box. So that's $30 there. So by the time you do that, you're down to about $85 a coin on 2 of the single most significant coins ever put out by the United States government. By the way, the satin finish coins have only been made since 2006, so this is a 30th and a 10th anniversary coin, and this is 30. They've been making the proof coins for 30 years as well. So this fantastic opportunity to go in terms of proof coins, it's not just rare because it's the 30th anniversary. It's one of the rarest proof Silver Eagles ever made. In terms of the satin finish, it's one of the rarest satin finishes, actually the second rarest satin finish Silver Eagle ever made. And then on top of it, it is the only anniversary American Silver Eagle that has ever been marked anniversary on the coin itself. On the coin itself. And so it is historic from so many collectible standpoints that it is one of these opportunities. Once again, it was released at the last of the year. When they do that, people overlook it. The fact is I've been doing this for so long, I go, oh, they overlooked it. So I'll buy, of this coin right here, I bought about 10%, a little over 10% of the entire mintage of the satin finish Eagle. Okay, they made 168,000 of these, which is nothing.
Yeah,
I bought over 25,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I have the opportunity to be able to say, there you go. Yeah, Pat, great thing. Here's another proof American Silver Eagle. This isn't 30th anniversary. This isn't nothing. This is a 1994 proof American Silver Eagle. Look at that price, $359. This 30th anniversary proof Eagle has about the same mintage. They have about the same mintages, those two coins. That one isn't 30th anniversary or 10th or 20th or any anniversary, okay?
Right.
It's actually the 9th anniversary coin. It's $359. This has about basically the same mintage, but it is significantly more desirable and more collectible because of the 30th anniversary. That one was $359. This one's $85 basically, because if you value the packaging and the fact that you get the satin finish coin, which is actually even rarer than the proof coin. So just a great, great, great opportunity for you to pick this up, folks. Like I said, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more quantity. Well over 100 of these sold. Obviously, very, very limited quantities.
Yeah, it's been one of the most popular choices so far in the show. Well, check this out. So on our website, yeah, there we go.
That's it.
Okay, so there you have it. If you'd like to order hsn.com, you can choose it there. You can always select FlexPay on hsn.com. But for credit card payments, as we continue President's Day weekend, all the products that you'll see on HSN TV will be offered with minimally for FlexPays.
Okay. I can't explain to you how excited I am about this coin.
Oh, boy.
I need the certificate that comes with this, folks. There's a little paper certificate that comes with this. Very important. We have for a long time sold first day of issue here for Annex and ICG exclusively for years and years and years and years. So basically as long as I've been here. The other two, there's four major grading companies. There's Annex, ICG, we have first day of issue exclusive. Then there's PCGS and NGC, okay? PCGS, what we decided to do, there's a little paper certificate I need with that. We got to find that, okay? So this is a significant United States issue coin, okay? Because PCGS, for the very first time, has done a special premiere edition. And here's the important part. I want to put this down here. It's numbered, okay? It's numbered. And as you can see, this is certificate 101. It's guaranteed to 10,000. It's certificate 101. But right here is the PCGS hologram. They've never done a numbered certificate before, okay? They've never done a numbered certificate before. And what has happened here with this, I'm gonna put this way down here. If you go to all the grading companies have what is called a population report. They tell you how many coins they've graded. And you know there's lots of different labels that are out there. So we've got the bridge label or the thing label or the eagle label or all these other, but they're all put together under one category under the population report. All Mint State 70s go under one thing, with now one exception. Listed separately in the population reports for the very first time in PCGS history, the Premier Edition is listed separately. So when you have 2017 Mint State 70 American Silver Eagles, there will be 178,000 of those graded amongst all the other kind of ubiquitous labels out there. Premier will stand by itself, and it will never be more than 10,000. So by nature of its population report, this is the rarest PCGS eagle, in essence, that has ever been done, and it is exclusive to us here at HSN. So what that means is very simply this. You cannot get this for a single solitary cent less than $99.95. We have all 10,000 of these coins available here. Now, we have already sold, we put them on hsn.com, and I had one other airing of these. We already have 1,000 of them gone. Now, the 10,000 limited edition is forever. So once that sells out, that's it. That's the number. There is not a single other additional coin. Now, this has never been done before in numismatic history with PCGS. And PCGS is probably the most popular grading service. They've graded, I believe, more coins than anybody. You probably PCGS, NGC, Annex, and then ICG in that order. Never have they done a Premier Edition. Never have they done a Premier Edition. It is only, we just did, this is the very first coin in the series. This is the very first coin. This is the only Premier Edition PCGS Eagle in existence, is this one right here. And not only does it say 1 of 10,000 up here, and PCGS has done that before, but what they have never done is provided the certificate with their hologram. Understand, that's part of their counterfeit technology. Have they ever done their hologram that says Premier, PCGS Premier, and then numbered the certificate? So for the very first time, a PCGS edition is individually numbered, folks. It is individually numbered for the very first time in history. And we have got it exclusively here at HSN. It is it is new ground in numismatics. It is absolutely, positively new ground. There are other eagles out there. I mean, I saw one that's like, you had this and it was signed by a mint director or something, but that, and that coin sells for $150, $250, $225, $275, and who knows how many they make. Because the number of it is in the big population. It's within that 190,000 or 283,000 that they've graded 70. The Premier Edition that you see here is off by itself. And you can see that there's been exactly how many graded, and you can see that that number is never over 10,000. Matter of fact, we're not anywhere near that. Okay? And you know that. The comfort of knowing that you are getting the single most limited United States government issue American Silver Eagle in a PCGS Mint State 70 Premier Edition. This is the inaugural coin. This is the inaugural thing. And as you can see, each one of the certificates individually numbered with the PCGS hologram on the certificate that matches the coin. And that is the thing that makes this absolutely, positively unique in the numismatic world, folks.
I'm recommending that you call. Allow us to send this to you. We always give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. But take advantage of a lot of the FlexPay that you're seeing here tonight. I don't know about you, but I really love the story on this one. I really do. So if you'd like to have it, jot down the item number, give us a call, or go to hsn.com to place your orders. Here's a look at what's ahead. Oh my. Ooh.
That's a whole lot of silver, isn't it?
Look at this, guys. My gosh. Beautiful.
Look at that one. That is a 5-ounce solid silver quarter made by the United States government. It's the last coin of 2016. Another one of those fall between the cracks coins. That's the rarest 5-ounce ATB, America the Beautiful coin from 2016. As a matter of fact, one of the rarest ones in years. I've got a limited quantity of those left. I've only got about 280 of those left. And then I've got a special opportunity on the Cumberland Gaps.
All right. We're going to tell you about AutoShip, and I want you to take a listen because we've got some programs coming up for you in the show. Here's Valerie.
HSN knows what you want when you need it. We make it easy with AutoShip. One click and get automatic delivery and locked-in prices for beauty, skincare, snacks, even cleaning supplies. We also deliver a series of items on AutoShip like coin collections or seasonal craft kits. And with AutoShip Manager, you are in control of all your automatic deliveries. Just look for the AutoShip option on the product page or search AutoShip at hsn.com.
I'm Joy. I'm a mother, that's first and foremost. I'm curious, always curious. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I'm an inventor. So when I'm designing product, it's all about making everyday life simpler. I guess that's just how I look at things. I find a lot of inspiration from just living my everyday life. And I think, boy, every day's a gift. Make joyful discoveries every day.
In a world full of trends, I remain a classic. Life is your runway.
That is hilarious. Thank you, everyone, for being here at HSN. We're cracking up about just kind of energy stories.
Yeah.
My gosh, but we so enjoy having you here at HSN. My name is Marlo. I'm your host. This is Mike Mezak, our resident numismatist, our coin expert. And we're going to continue on. It's been a great show so far. We teased you just a moment ago, but
Well, these are already selling pretty significantly.
already, just from the little, 2-second kind of preview on that?
In 2-second preview, we sold about 10 pounds of silver.
We have. That was fast.
Well, here's the thing with this, and I want to show you, and I think I can do it with this coin. I'll
You gotta
put
tell 'em
this
how
down
heavy it
here.
is, too.
Well, it's 5 ounces of pure silver. I'm going to put that there. You can kind of see on the edge.
Yeah.
So the United States government, when they started doing the America the Beautiful series, okay, when they started doing the America the Beautiful series, decided for whatever reason in 2010 to make each one of the quarters in a solid 5-ounce silver deal, okay? So they made these coins, and understand they are coins. This is a United States government issue coin. It's not like just a silver bar or something like that. So it's got this tremendous intrinsic value of the fact that it's a coin, but it's also 5 ounces of pure silver. And so here's the part of this. And this is a nationally advertised catalog. And they have a 5-ounce silver bar, which we have. If you go to hsn.com,
Yeah.
I've got 5-ounce silver bars on there. They're $189. Which is not bad,
Yeah.
okay? I mean, I think we sell ours for $159 or $69, whatever, or less. But they're $189. The key to this is the same 5 ounces of silver, but you get a numismatic coin in this that's like $10. Now, here's the thing. I got the mintage of the Fort Moultrie, 28,000. It was the last coin of the year. Once again, fell between the cracks. It was the last coin of the year. Only 28,000 Fort Moultries. By the way, that makes it, if it was an American Silver Eagle, it would be rarer than the 10th anniversary Silver Eagle, which, remember, I just said sells for like $5,000 or $10,000. So in terms of coin rarity, silver coin rarity, it's one of the rarest silver coins put out by the United States government at like 28,000. Okay, at 28,000. So you get the silver, the $189 silver part, and that incredible coin rarity that in a Silver Eagle with 1 ounce of silver would cost you $5,000 is costing you $10. Okay, in other words, when you count the silver part of it in. These are already sold out, of course, the Fort Moultries, because they're getting ready for the 2017s, which I'll have next weekend. They're the effigy mounds. There's a national park in Iowa called the Effigy Mounds, and that's coming out 2017. I will have those next week.
Cool.
This is all that I have left of the 2000, these 259 of the 2016 Fort Moultries. It's my final look, last call on these. They're spectacular. You've only got about a minute left. They're going very quickly. So here's what, now when you look at this, so now look, okay, so the Fort Moultrie is $199. Now let's go back. I have some back dates that I'm going to do here in just a minute, okay? But if you go back and do, let's say, I sold out, they had the 2010s, the first year of issue. We had those for $300 a coin, $1,500 for the set of 5. I sold 200 sets of those in 2 airings. Okay, at $300 a coin. Look at Hawaii. The Hawaii coin's $600, $700, $800 out there. What happens is even Bombay Hook from 2015, we sold tons of them. Silver was a little bit less, at like 159 or 69. Well, now I'd be 269 or 279 or 289. Understand the coin part of this, because they only make each one of these for about 10 weeks, and then that's it. Then they just move on. So great opportunity for you here with this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch these out. Now, how about this? I got this spectacular deal on these just before silver went up about 10% last week. These were the Cumberland Gaps. Now, you can see silver was less, $189 when I originally sold this. But I got an even better price, so check out the price break. So I have, this is still, and I put this, still the same 5 ounces. This sold out even before, okay, sold out even before the Fort Moultries, okay, which was the South Carolina National Park, basically. And this is Cumberland Gap. As you can see, it's Kentucky. Each state has its own national park or national historic area. So now, if you look at the nationally advertised catalog, the silver, the 5-ounce silver part of it, they have at $189. Now you're getting this for less than the silver glunk bar price, but you're still getting an exceptionally rare United States government issue coin. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this over here because I want to put this one right here. Okay, just like that. So you can see it's technically $0.25, although you can see it's quite larger than a quarter. You can see that it's 5 ounces of pure silver. It is 5 ounces of pure silver. Now, this price break, I bought these about 2.5 weeks ago. If I was to do them today, I couldn't do the $189 price. I couldn't do the $189 price if I bought them today, because silver went up. The silver in this went up 10, 11%, something like that. It just went up, boom, just like that. It went crazy over a couple of days. But when I got the good price, we put it in the system so you still have the opportunity. And I got about 360 of these. Now, every one of these come out of an original sealed mint box. So when you get yours, they are absolutely beautiful, stunning, brilliant, uncirculated. They come in a little sleeve. We have a little sleeve that they go in so that you can protect them. Because understand, if it was just a silver bar, you can do whatever you want with it.
Well,
you know what
true.
I'm saying? You can, you put a whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just the silver. Oh, there we go. There's a great shot right there. You can see the sleeve it comes in.
Yes.
Because it is a coin. So you have to understand, you have to protect that from a coin standpoint.
Right, for sure.
Okay? You have to protect that from a coin standpoint. It is numismatically valuable. And that's very, very important for you to understand, that the numismatic value of these is fairly significant. I'll tell you what, I'm going to stick it. There's a little quarter. I just want to show you. As compared to a real quarter.
Oh, no.
And like I said, over a $1/4 pound of pure silver in each one of these. Now, the thing is how many people out there are giving you a discount on silver right now?
Yeah.
A price break on silver. Silver is silver. Not only that, so you're buying this, like I said, if you buy a silver bar, like I said, they have a 5-ounce silver bar here for $189 for just the silver bar. Okay. First of all, 30-day money-back guarantee when you're buying silver. Yeah, right.
Flex pay?
Yeah, flex pay when you do that. Only $5 shipping and handling. We've got the $5 shipping and handling on this. So it's your opportunity. This is where we kind of have, if you have a Venn diagram of collecting. This is that little overlap right in the middle where you have intrinsic value, you have numismatic value, you have historic value, you have knowledge value, you have thematic value, all those little things. So you have all these big circles of reasons that people collect. Then right in the middle is that little bright red spot, and that's what this coin hits right there, is what you're looking at. And so very, very important for you. And a price break on silver with FlexPay and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I find that to be, just an amazing, amazing opportunity.
Plus, you've got a great story to tell.
Right.
I mean, you know, if you ask someone, you know, is that a
I have a collection of these. I have all of them, okay, from 2010 forward. And when people come over and say, you know, what kind of coins? And they say, well, what kind of coins do you have? This is the thing I always bring out.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, that's always the response. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Now, we're out of time here. I'm going to take this over. Okay, so what do we have next? I think it's Denali, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to do a minute on this. These are from 2012. I have a handful of these. Now, the Denali's $2.99. Now, here's the thing. Of all of the 5-ounce ATBs, Denali's the rarest.
I like the
They only
Denali.
made 20,000 Denali's. 20,000. Now, a lot of these only made 30 or 40,000, but Denali, they made 20,000. It's the rarest. I have 72 pieces. I have 72 pieces, folks, is all that I have of the rarest of all of the 5-ounce ATBs, okay? I've got those. It is just a spectacular opportunity for you to be able to pick these up. I've got, like I said, a literal handful of these to go around. The
That's
rarest of all the
beautiful.
at the $299 price point.
It's beautiful.
There's many of them I've sold at $299 without the rarity of this. 20,000 coins. It's almost twice as rare as the 1995 W American Silver Eagle, which is a $5,000 to $10,000 coin. At 20,000, if they made an American Silver Eagle today at 20,000 and released it, well, let's put it this way. They just released the Platinum American Eagle. They made 20,000. I'm sold out at $2,399. Okay, the mintage on that is the same as this. Okay, now, arguably, you know, platinum's more valuable than silver, but understand, you're still getting the 5 ounces of silver here. So I'm just assuming that that is going to sell out. And I'm going to give you a very quick and really probably, like I said, about 45 seconds or so on each one of these. I love the Denali's on that. So I'm going to go back and give you the opportunity to basically collect the rest of the 2016s if you've not done this so far. So I've got the Shawnee Forest, okay? So we've got Shawnee Forest at ones. See, these are the prices we got when silver was back then. This one, we sold many. Look at that. It's a 4.6 star customer pick. A 4.6 star customer pick, 4 flex, $5. I mean, these are some of the coolest coins, and make no mistake about it, they are absolutely, positively coins. The United States government decided the largest silver coins ever made by the United States government. So I think they're truly, truly, truly special. Now, all of these that I have up here are all sold out limited editions. So the government is out of those. Now, here's the secondary part of this. The United States government never sold these to the general public. They only put these out through authorized bullion dealers, of which we're a part of that network. So there's the Shawnees. Remember, each one is they're always 5 ounces of pure silver. So then I'm going to move on, and I think even about the rarest of all of them that I have left is the, in terms of mintage, but in terms of what I have, is the Teddy Roosevelt. That's the North Dakota. They have the Theodore Roosevelt National Park up there. I've been there, actually. It is a spectacular. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have 86 of the Theodore Roosevelts left is all that I have, unfortunately. Those are going to be 100% sold out. They're sold out from the government. They've been very, very extraordinarily popular. I've only got about 86 of those left. Pat, how are we doing on the Denali's? We have 30, 40 of those left, maybe, something like that? Yeah, there's about 49 of them left. They're going very, very
Denali
quickly.
is still my
The
favorite.
Denali, the Denali is absolutely
phenomenal.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we got only 86 of the Teddy Roosevelts. I have one more after this. Okay, so you can get the Fort Moultries. I have the Cumberland Gap on special. I have the rarest one of them all, which is Denali. Then we have Shawnee. We've got the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and then last and certainly not least, and like I said, I'm down to about 6 dozen of those. I got the Harper's Ferry here. I got the Harper's Ferry, and that's the West Virginia National Park that you're going to have right there. Every single one of them, the key to this, and this will just do about 30 seconds or so on the Harper's Ferry. And I have about 100 or so of the Harper's Ferries is all that we have. So to recap, there's the Harper's Ferry. So I gave you the opportunity to buy most of the 2016s. There was 5 coins. I gave you the opportunity to buy 4 of them. I don't think I have any more of the 5th coin that's in there. I gave you the opportunity to buy Denali from 2012, which is the rarest of all of the 5 ounce. Now, none of them have a mintage over about, I think 100,000's the biggest mintage of them. And most of them are about, 30, 40, 50,000. Denali only 20,000.
right.
I think Harper's Ferry was about 65,000, but they're all sold out limited edition. You have to understand, in the American Silver Eagle, a Silver Eagle with 100,000 limited edition is a $1,000 coin. And these have 5 times the silver. It is I think it's one of the single most unappreciated or underappreciated coins that are made by the United States government. And you have this fantastic intrinsic value, 5 ounces of pure silver in each one. So those are your choices. Yeah, I'm going to put the Denali right back up there just for about another 10 or 15 seconds if we can. That's the one I'm proudest of right there.
And Pat, give me an update on that one.
2012. It's the rarest one. They only made 20,000 of these coins from 2012.
Final call on that one.
Final, last look, last call on that one.
Yeah, that's pretty
special. Yeah, and Cumberland Gap, because it was the one that had the price break on it.
Okay, perfect.
Flip that over here, and there's the Cumberland Gap.
Okay, there you have it.
So there you have them. And the Cumberland Gap, as you can see, the lowest price, because I bought them right for you with a little dip in silver. Price break, $20 off that you're going to have right there. So
and you've got the 4 Flex, which is nice.
Isn't that great?
You know,
okay,
so
fantastic.
if you enjoy.
So buy you a whole bunch of silver. How about you do that?
Yeah, so enjoy that one. 498471 is the item number. Oh, look what the hand. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, isn't that fantastic? There's
Yes.
the quarter pound. We're just going to do this for a couple of minutes or so when we get back. This is exclusive to us here at HSN.
Very cool.
The $500 bill done in a quarter pound of pure silver. 5-star customer pick. 5-star customer pick. How about that? $149.95. An American 4 Flex. They're pulling out all the stops
it's
tonight.
It's President's Day weekend, and we're celebrating all weekend long. We're going to give you a preview of the Monday Night Show with Adam, but come on back. More coins after this.
You never know what we're going to do on the Monday Night Show, but here's a sneak peek. There'll be more than a few surprises.
Get set, match.
Adam Freeman is the winner.
I've never won anything. And weekly guest challenges.
You're welcome.
But don't forget about the great products. Tune in 7 p.m. on Monday or visit hsn.com and search Monday Night Show for more.
We love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent, while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search Gemstone Guide to see our gemstone enhancement chart.
So yeah, I had to put a sweater on.
It gets a little cold in the studio.
Oh my gosh, all of a sudden, I know you're pretty comfortable, right?
Yeah, I like it cold.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, thus the sweater, but now it feels great. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna go ahead and dive right back in with a 3-minute special. A little less than this, and this is that Proof-like quarter-pound silver bar.
Now people are going, oh, that's awful scratchy for a quarter pound silver. Because here's the way you get yours, okay? This has been sampled for a little bit, and it's about to not be the sample anymore. It comes to you like this.
Yeah.
So what I'm about to do is we're gonna have to get another one of these. So that's the way it comes to you.
Perfect.
Look at that.
Yes.
So yours
I
is
know,
going to
isn't
be
that gorgeous?
absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So when we say proof-like, we mean proof-like without Mike's fingerprints all over it, okay? And so this is an exact replica of a United States $500 bill.
Cool.
And if you go to hsn.com, we may have some of those $500 bills for sale. They stopped making them in 1936, I believe. They stopped making $500 bills. That's got President McKinley on it, as you can see right there. It is a quarter pound of pure silver. So not only do you get this incredible, and this is 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. Nobody else has got this bar anywhere out there. That's one of the reasons today. We've sold thousands of these. This is a 5-star customer pick, folks. It is a 5-star customer pick. Like I said, it is absolutely, look at that. gorgeous. My finger is actually about 6, 8, 10 inches in front of it, and I mean you can see the detail in that.
Like a mirror.
It is
almost.
a mirror
Yeah.
finish proof quarter-pound. So this is 4 ounces of pure silver. Right there, it says 4 troy ounces right there of pure silver. And then you flip that over, check that out. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? United States, and that's why it looks like this, because it's an exact replica of that $500
That's really
bill. Isn't
neat.
that absolutely
Yes.
fantastic? Just stunning with that. Like I said, we're just going to give you a very, very quick look at that.
And this is proven to
there's
be-
our monitor that's, what, about 15 feet away, something
Exactly.
like that. Yeah, see, that's it. That's actually the number 3 that's on the camera. That's
Camera.
15 feet away from us.
Yeah.
In reverse, yeah. So there's a little 3 15 feet away. That's how proof-like that is. It's a literal
Yeah.
mirror. And so that's what you're
great.
getting. It comes all sealed up in here, so they're absolutely beautiful right off the mint. So this one was not very representative, okay?
Right, of course.
Of what it was. So an American $500 bill done in 4 ounces of pure silver. These are just flying out of here as well you can expect. Like I said, 100% exclusive to us. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here before I get this
Let me
all.
encourage you to order too. A lot of you are. Many of you are even buying more than one. I don't blame you, especially at this type of value. You can use FlexPay. I want to quickly invite everybody to take advantage of FlexPay. You don't have to sign up for it. You just come on in, use a credit card or a debit card, even PayPal, and we send these out to you with everything at HSN. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. But 513470, enjoy your selection on that one. As we leave that available, take a look at what's ahead.
Okay, this is very quick.
Yeah.
Very, very, very,
Look at this.
very quick.
There we go. So our 1922 uncirculated silver piece dollar. Okay. Fabulous.
Okay, now we've done the peace dollars before, okay? We've done the peace dollars before.
This is great.
What I've never been able to do, we've done them at $59. If I look in the national average, they're $108.
You sold look
I sold 140, just
I know.
mentioned 147. Because if you look right there at the eagle's tail, right above that, there's a little tiny S. I'm able to guarantee you not only an original 1922 United States government issue peace dollar, I'm willing to guarantee you San Francisco Mint. So they made them at the Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, San Francisco.
Yes.
By far the rarest are the San Franciscos. By far the rarest are the San Franciscos.
Very cool.
So I'm going to absolutely guarantee you, and I had 500 of these, that's what I was going to do. I was going to do a little bit longer, but we've already sold 150. So we're a third of the way sold through. The peace dollar was made to commemorate the end of World War I. They made it in 1921 as a commemorative. The first year of issue where it was supposed to be released, okay, or sold or whatever, or used for coinage. This is America's last silver dollar, too. It was 1922. So we've done this many times. Like I said, nationally advertised catalog for the same coin, $108. So we're almost half price from that. And I guarantee you, look at that beautiful original mint luster. Look at that beautiful original mint. And right there, above the eagle's tail, that little tiny thing right there, that S mint is what you're looking for. So an original uncirculated United States 1922 peace dollar from the San Francisco Mint, folks, is what you're looking at right there. It is a true and utter spectacular opportunity for you. I only have 2 minutes that I can give you on this. I have hundreds and hundreds of people on the phone. You can see the left counter just flying down there. So the 1920, now understand, this is done in solid silver. Okay? This is not plated or layered or vermeil or any of that other stuff. This is 100. Oh, these are going crazy,
no.
folks.
Now we're less than 300.
I have far less than 300.
This is
I
a
have
great one, isn't it?
Hundreds and hundreds of people on the phone.
And you know what? Don't be afraid to shop with us, and get the
Right.
coins. We give you 30-day money-back guarantee.
FlexPay, $5
it's
shipping and
easy.
handling, folks.
Under
It's the
$30.
easiest
it's
thing in the
very,
world.
very cool.
That's right. Okay, now we have I have about that many people on the phone. Now, while you're on the phone, get the 1923. Okay, I also have these studio lights. Are so hard for me to show the luster. I have the and these are the only two I have. I have 1922, I have 1923. San Francisco Mint. I've sold them before. I already have 100 of these gone, okay? But the S Mint is right there, right above the eagle's tail, right out there. That S Mint that is so coveted by collectors. In that highest grade that you see right there, brilliant, are going to be uncirculated, every single one. So remember, they're original silver. So you have a storehouse. It wasn't that long ago that these melted for about $59.
Oh my gosh.
But then you have a survival. The vast majority of all the peace dollars ever made by the United States government have been melted down and destroyed. Okay? Of the ones that remain, only a tiny percentage. Look at that original luster. See, when I turn it from side to side, what I'm showing you is what looks like the cartwheel, the spokes of a wheel. That shows you that it has the original luster of an uncirculated
Let me ask
coin.
you a question. So when you say 1923 uncirculated, that means someone has held on?
Basically held on to this since 1923.
Phenomenal.
Is what happened. And we were able to buy a bag of each one of these coins, and we even had to sort some of those out. There were some of them I didn't like. They were a little tarnished. Our coins are nice, clean, beautiful, original, solid silver. And understand, this coin is, people are going, so this coin is, when did they make this? This is commemorative. They made it in the last, this coin was made in 1923 in San Francisco.
Right.
So I have the 1922, I have the 1923. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on the phone right now. I've sold these in the past. I've never been able to guarantee the S or San Francisco Mint. It's the first time I've been able to do that, okay? In the nationally advertised catalog, actually the 1923 is $115, is $115 in uncirculated condition that we're going to have here. So your choice, I would just get them both. $59, brilliant uncirculated 1922S, 1923S, United States government issue peace dollar. These are flying out of here, like I said. I only have 150
Thank you.
left of the 1922s. I have 400 people on the phone.
So without a doubt, the 22.
400,
yeah,
actually.
without a doubt, the 22 will be gone
right.
because there are a little over 100 left, and almost 150 had already been sold even before the presentation. Because what happened?
Well over 200 of these already gone. So.
Yeah. So continue to ask for both the 1922 and 23. Both are being offered on FlexPay. We've got the half-century proof set that's going to be coming up at the top of the hour, so that's going to be big.
Last time at price break.
Excellent. Last chance. So that's going to be exciting. If you've never seen a presentation, really, really great things to learn about that. And here's your chance to order early. 128929 is the item number. Price break means sale. So take advantage of the big savings here. Almost, $200 savings on this set. 128929 is the item number.
Okay. I got to do something here. This is a one-time deal. Last year we had, I got to go back. I have 150 of these, so I'm just telling you that right now. When the United States government, okay, I got to go way back. The United States government, the Congress in 1916 misinterpreted its own law. Imagine that. They decided that they had to replace the Barber coinage at the time, the Barber dime, the Barber quarter, and the Barber half dollar. Thank goodness, because they gave us three of the single most beautiful coins ever done by the United States government. They gave us the Mercury dime, the Standing Liberty quarter, and the Walking Liberty half dollar. Last year, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of that, they remade the Mercury dime, the Standing Liberty quarter, and the Walking Liberty half dollar in solid gold. Solid gold. We had the Mercury dime in Annex first day of issue. We sold the entire edition of, I think, 863 coins. Okay, I think they only did 50,000 coins. What's the total number on that? Somewhere right around in there. I've never done the PCGS. And I have PCGS, solid gold Mercury dimes, 100th anniversary, first strike. I'm doing them for the same exact price I did the Annex for. I'm doing the same exact price. So understand, this is a solid 24 karat gold coin released by the United States government. It's dated 2016. Until this coin, the rarest Mercury dime was 1916, the 1916 Denver Mint. In its highest grade, that coin's about, I don't know, $100,000.
Whoa.
This coin is actually rarer by a fair margin than that coin. Of course, that coin also has $2 worth of silver in it, and this coin is solid 24 karat gold. Keep in mind, it is actually a Mercury dime. And I have it at $499. These are going very quickly. And this is a one-time only deal. I bought this as a one-time only deal. We were just out at a coin show. We were out at Long Beach. And a guy comes up to me and he says, I got 150 of these. I got to move them. I need the new Platinum Eagle. I got to have cash. I got to have cash today. And I said, I'm your man. 150 of them, wrote him a check so he could go get his Platinum Eagles, and I can finally bring you the PCGS solid 24 karat gold Mercury dimes in the first strike for the same exact price as the Annex coins that I brought you. For the same exact price of the Annex coins that I brought you when they were released last year. I've always wanted to do everything the same price. So Annex, so we have that first day of issue exclusive, okay? And then we have the Premier PCGS exclusive to us as well. Well, now I've got the PCGS First Strike 100th Anniversary Gold, Mercury, Diamond. Of course, those are gone, you know. So, and I'm able to give you my original issue price, on these Mercury Diamonds. It was one of the fastest selling coins that we have ever had here at HSN. And like I said, this is a one-time only opportunity and a one-time only quantity. Now, people always ask me about this coin, say, so what's the deal about this? Well, the deal about this is it's an actual coin. Oftentimes when you see commemoratives or those types of things, it's like Dave's Mint out there just doing it to try to sell some gold or silver or whatever. And it has zero numismatic value, zero numismatic value. This, however, is an actual coin made by the United States government. It is the only solid gold dime of any type ever made by the United States government, okay? It is an actual coin. It is a Mercury dime. It is made in pure 24 karat gold. It was done as a 100th anniversary of the coin itself, okay? All of those things are critically important to the collectability of this coin. And then, like I said, for all of you that bought my Annex for $499, this is one of the best-selling coins we've ever had here. We had, I forget what the edition was, 800 or 900. I think we sold it out in a single area. It was just insane. They did the Walking Liberty $50 in the solid gold version. I think we were $2,100. I didn't even have a sample here, and we sold, remember that? We sold 158 of them. Yeah. Okay, I didn't even have the coin here yet. You know, the airplane got delayed that was supposed to delay it. And even with the popularity of this, even with all this stuff, I have this at my original issue price. At my original issue price. I'm going to give you basically I think about 4 minutes here, should just about sell this coin out. Okay? Should just about sell this coin out. So here's what it comes down to. Many of you already know what this is and what I'm talking about. We sold 19 of these coins already. So I've only got about 130 or so of these left to go around. And understand, this is not